Drivers, start your engines. It's rock and roll time. 50 laps for the late model stock car division here at Langley Speedway.
Greg Edwards had the pole, but they found an infraction with the transmission fluid, so Greg will start in 18th position. He'll be working his way up through the field. They're going to line up side by side, and they will get the green flag the next time they come by. And to wave the green flag, it's John Shambi from Max Media. That includes 97.3 The Eagle, 92.9 The Wave, the station I work for. Also, ESPN Radio 94.1, Star 1310, and Hot 100.5. John Shambi will wave the green flag as the pace truck goes in. Green is out. We're underway at Langley Speedway for the first Twin 50. Wesley Falk and C.E. Falk, the brothers up front. And it's Greg Edwards, Shane Lockhart. Danny Edwards slips. Mark Wirtz takes a look on the inside as they race side by side for the lead. Wesley Falk back to the start-finish line, but C.E. on the outside. Still a great side-by-side battle between the Falk brothers, but C.E. takes the lead. Wesley goes back to second, then Shane Lockhart to 95. Danny Edwards 26. Mark Wirtz in fifth in car 55. These 50 lappers go by fast. You got to get all you can. Mark Wirtz trying to make that happen. Danny Edwards with his backup number 26 after that hard crash he had last week. Danny in the fourth position, just ahead of Mark Wirtz, who's looking on that inside to take that position away. Also, Jeff Shiflett looking to make a move on Terry Carroll in the 90, and that is up there for the seventh position. C.E. Falk has got a lot of ground to make up after that disqualification, those two races last week. He's in the Hampton Roads Toyota Dealers and Carl's Racing Products Acredale Vending, number 40 up front. His brother Wesley Falk right there in the second spot as Jeff Shiflett able to get it by the 90. And here goes Casey Wyatt in the 29 making a pass. Casey Wyatt trying to move up a little bit in the 29 machine from Newport News. 3 wide Wyatt. Goes out of Art's signature mulch and Forever Green Lawn Care. Mark Wirtz again, the Dunkin' Donuts number 55. Trying to take that fourth position away from Danny Edwards. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, you got Gary Weeks in the 20, challenging Terry Carroll in the 90. They're sideways. Terry Carroll gets sideways, collects the 20 a little bit. There is some sheet metal on the racetrack as the 90 has some damage on the left front of that automobile. No caution flag. They're checking the track. JT Jackson, the 67, he got into the wall a little bit on the back straightaway. Still got a lot of stuff hanging off that front end of the 90 of Terry Carroll. Jeff Shiflett moving up on the 38 of Dwayne Shreves. 9 laps completed. Top 10, C.E. Falk, Wesley Falk, Shane Lockhart, Danny Edwards, Mark Wirtz, then Dwayne Shreves, Jeff Shiflett, Casey Wyatt, Gary Weeks, and Greg Edwards moving all the way up into the 10th position. Following Greg, Kevin Cunningham, Terry Carroll, Sean Beluzzo, J.T. Jackson, Bruce Livingston, Jeremy Grogg. Greg Edwards now trying to get another spot as he goes to the inside of the 20 of Gary Weeks. And the fastest lap today in qualifying, they found a little discrepancy with the rear end transmission grease. So Greg had to start at the rear of the field or close to it, and now he's finding himself up there in the 9th position in the 97.3 The Eagle car. 11 make it 12 laps completed now. C.E. Falk with about 2.5 to 3 car lengths ahead of the 41, his brother, Wesley Falk. The 95, Shane Lockhart trying to close in on Wesley for that second spot. Then about 5 car lengths back to Danny Edwards, being chased closely by the 55 of Mark Wirtz in fifth. Casey Wyatt closing in on the 38 of Dwayne Shreves for the 7th position. 13 laps completed. C.E. Falk, Wesley Falk, Shane Lockhart in the top 3. Mark Wirtz makes a move on Danny Edwards at the exit of turn 2. Couldn't make it stick, and Danny stays ahead in the 4th position on the 55 of Mark Wirtz. Shane Lockhart, they get by the 83 of Jeremy Grogg. The leaders go by. Jeremy is a lap down in the 83. Casey Wyatt making a move on the 38 of Dwayne Shreves that makes the pass. And Mark Wirtz again trying to make that move on the 26 of Danny Edwards, the Danny's class, number 26. Greg Edwards able to get by that 20 machine. He's pulling away a little bit, trying to catch the 38 of Dwayne Shreves next in the 8th position. The level of competition is way high out here in the late model stock car division, the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. It looks like the 90 of Terry Carroll, who was up there in the top 10 after that little bit of altercation on the racetrack, falling back in the 90 machine. He's back in 15th. Mark Wirtz again tries to look on the inside, but the slower car was on the bottom of the racetrack. Terry Carroll slows up his progress. Wesley Falk gets around the 77 machine. Bruce Livingston. Mark Wirtz sideways as he dirt tracks it out of turn number 4, trying to catch Danny Edwards for that 4th position. Loses about a car length and a half to Danny. Casey Wyatt now hunts down the 01 of Jeff Shiflett. And also Greg, the 97.3, the Eagle car, closing in on Dwayne Shreves. Here goes Casey on the inside of the 01 of Jeff Shiflett. 21 laps completed. Casey Wyatt now the 29 machine down on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get his nose underneath the 01 of Jeff Shiflett. Casey from Newport News, Joe's Auto Parts on the side of his automobile. Halfway up next to the 01 of Jeff Shiflett. And that is a battle for the 6th position. Greg able to get by the 38 of Dwayne Shreves. And Casey races door to door with the 01 of Jeff Shiflett on the outside from Hoyoke, North Carolina. And Casey down on the bottom. Casey second in the points this year, being chased down by the 97.3, the Eagle car of Greg Edwards, who leads the points. And the halfway sign will come up next time by. Greg Edwards again closing up on the 01 of Jeff Shiflett. We know he's got one of the fastest race cars on the racetrack. He qualified for that top position. Had to go to the rear of the field after that infraction they found after the inspection, after qualifying. But he's definitely making up some ground as he's all the way up into the 7th position. Meanwhile, it is C.E. Falk who's got the lead, about 10 car lengths ahead of his brother, the 41 of Wesley Falk, being followed closely by the 95 of Shane Lockhart. 26, Danny Edwards being chased down by Mark Wirtz, who looks again on the bottom of the racetrack, but J.T. Jackson just ahead. Sean Beluso comes down pit road in the 6th. And once again, Greg Edwards dove to the inside of Casey Wyatt, takes that position away. Greg Edwards now up into the 6th position. It is C.E. Falk, Wesley Falk, Shane Lockhart, Danny Edwards, Mark Wirtz, the top 5. Then Greg Edwards, Casey Wyatt, Jeff Shiflett, Dwayne Shreves, Gary Weeks in the top 10. 11th, Kevin Cunningham. 12th, J.T. Jackson, Bruce Livingston, the 77. Terry Carroll, the 90. Jeremy Grogg, Sean Beluso, Robbie Babin, Todd Van Gilder. And those last 3 out of this event. 61 has gone a lap down, Kevin Cunningham. Well, I'm so surprised that Terry Carroll has been able to continue, but nothing fell off of the race car, so he's hanging on to it. He'll do some repairs for that second Twin 50 race, but Terry now shown back in 14th. Wesley Falk having another good run again tonight up there in the 2nd spot. Caution flag is out for a spin by J.T. Jackson in turn number 2. The blue, number 67, in turn number 2, brings out the caution flag. This is going to tighten it up. Cone rule will come into effect. All right, we're going to see if anyone will choose to use the cone rule, and it looks like Mark Wirtz will do it along with the 95 of Shane Lockhart. He goes to the outside, as does the 97.3 car of Greg Edwards, just behind the Dunkin' Donuts 55 of Mark Wirtz. Casey Wyatt's down on the inside. Gary Weeks also chose to go to the outside and use the cone rule to his advantage if he can pull it off. Greg Edwards has definitely made up a lot of laps. We've got, or at least a lot of time, and we've got 20 laps to go. Pace truck is in. The green flag is back out as C.E. Falk leads them down. Shane Lockhart on the outside of the 41 of Wesley Falk. Here's the 26 of Danny Edwards to the inside of Mark Wirtz, being challenged by the 97.3 Eagle car of Greg Edwards on the inside. C.E. Falk, once again the leader, but the caution flag is out. Debris in turn number 2, the reason for the caution flag here at Langley Speedway on lap number 31. As C.E. Falk leads, Wesley Falk, Shane Lockhart, Danny Edwards, and the 97.3 Eagle car of Greg Edwards. All right, one lap to go. Who's going to use the cone? Shane Lockhart, the 95, and Greg Edwards. The 97 will be up there, ready to go on the outside of Wesley Falk. Those are the only two that chose to use the outside cone rule to their advantage. Of course, Greg, one of the fastest cars today in practice and in qualifying, had to go all the way from the rear of the field after that infraction with the transmission, and now he finds himself ready to do battle up there for the lead. By the way, some t-shirts coming out from 97.3 the Eagle into the grandstands. As we get back underway, C.E. Falk takes over where he left off, and Wesley Falk right there in the second spot. Then 3 wide on the back straightaway as Greg is beating the sandwich. He backs out of it for the minute, but sticks his nose underneath the 95 of Shane Lockhart and takes that position away. Greg is hungry to get back up there and get a win fair and square. He gives his brother a little bit of a bump. Danny Edwards, now he's on the outside of Mark Wirtz, challenging for the 4th position. Now races side by side, door to door with Mark Wirtz, the 55. Dunkin' Donuts on the side, but Greg doesn't want any donuts on the side of his automobile. Still racing door to door. Meanwhile, up front, looks like Wesley might be catching CE just a little bit. Mark Wirtz stays ahead of Greg Edwards and looks now on the inside, gives Mark Wirtz a little bit of a nudge at the exit of turn 2 and dives underneath now between 3 and 4. Greg Edwards up to 4th position in the 97.3 the Eagle car. 35 laps into it, 15 laps to go. Now it's the 29 of Casey Wyatt doing a battle with the 55 of Mark Wirtz. That is for 5th. A lot of 5th place finishes this year for Casey Wyatt. He'd like to get another, if not even further up higher on the scale. Halfway past Mark Wirtz. Now he gets a good bite at the exit of turn number 2 and pulls ahead. Casey in 5th. Here goes Greg Edwards making a move on his brother Danny and takes that 3rd spot away. The Danny's glass ride back to 4th. C.E. Falk leads Wesley Falk, Greg Edwards, Danny Edwards, and Casey Wyatt the top 5. Then it's Mark Wirtz, Gary Weeks, Shane Lockhart, Dwayne Shreves, and Kevin Cunningham all in the top 10. Wesley Falk closes in on his brother C.E. Falk for the lead. A car length to 2 car lengths back. The 95 Shane Lockhart and the 20 of Gary Weeks do battle between 3 and 4. And that is for 7th. Shane Lockhart, his automobile not working too well on the outside groove. He dives underneath the 20 and makes the pass. Ten laps to go for C.E. Falk. His brother, right there in the 41, has a victory this year. He would love to get at least 2 to tie his brother. 2 victories scored for Greg Edwards after the DQ for C.E. Falk last week. Wesley Falk with 1 win, and 2 victories for C.E. Falk. Top 10 in the points, Greg Edwards, Casey Wyatt, Mark Wirtz, Wesley Falk, and Shane Lockhart. Then Danny Edwards, Jeff Shiflett, Dwayne Shreves, JT Jackson, and Terry Carroll. Greg Edwards closes in on second position. Wesley Falk as the laps wind down. There's 8 laps to go. Greg closes in to within a half a car length back on the back bumper, the 41 of Wesley Falk. About 10 to 15 car lengths back to Danny, back in the 4th position ahead of Casey White in 5th. And again, Greg trying to challenge for the 2nd spot. Closing in on both Wesley and C.E. Falk. 6 laps remain in this race. 2 great battles on the racetrack. Greg Edwards closing in on Wesley Falk, and Casey White closing in on Danny Edwards in the 26 for 4th. Five laps to go. A top 3 finish for Greg wouldn't be bad, but it doesn't look like he's content with staying where he is. He wants to get by that 41. Now between turns 1 and 2, Greg again sticks to the nose of his automobile underneath the 41. Greg has made up a lot of ground from the rear of the field all the way up to the 3rd spot, so you know he's fast. Looking on the inside of Wesley for that 2nd spot. He'll nudge him out of the way if he has to. He wants to get up there fast. Time is running out. 3 laps to go. And again, Greg Edwards, the 97.3, the Eagle car, shoots his way to the inside on Wesley Falk for that 2nd spot. Bumping and banging a little bit between turns 1 and 2. He takes it away. Traffic just ahead of C.E. Falk. Which way will he go? Will it slow up his progress and allow Greg Edwards to catch up? Meanwhile, the great battle continues between Danny Edwards, Casey White, and Mark Wirtz. Last lap of the race, and C.E. slowed up a little bit by the 83 machine. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be C.E. Falk over Greg Edwards. Wesley Falk with a great run tonight, a top 3 finish. Then the 26 of Danny Edwards and the 29 of Casey White. Yes, another top 5 finish for Casey. Mark Wirtz in 6th, Shane Lockhart 7th, Gary Weeks the 20 and 8th, Dwayne Shreves in 9th, Kevin Cunningham 10th, JT Jackson 11th. What a race. Great to see those faster cars coming up through the field. But C.E. Falk is going to get a little bit of redemption as he pulls into the Dale Lemons victory lane at Langley Speedway. C.E. Falk, Greg Edwards, Wesley Falk, Danny Edwards, and Casey White, once again, the top 5 finishers. All right, let's take you down trackside. Chuck Hall makes his way over.
Thank you very much, Mike. He's in victory lane, Dale Lemons victory lane, car number 40, C.E. Falk. He'll get a cool, refreshing Aquafina water provided to us, him by Reverend Potter. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, C.E. Falk. Come on out here, C. Come out here, man. You have a fast car and had a lot of another Falk in your rearview mirror. Here comes Greg at the end of the race. It's going to be another barn burner in that second Twin 50 here tonight at Langley Speedway, but you put it in victory lane.
Yeah, thank goodness. I think we got a pretty terminal issue happening. We were snack, crackle, and popping with 5 to go. We're going to have to go to work on it, but it was glad it made it for a whole 50 laps. Just got to thank Hampton Toyota Dealers, Carl's Racing Products, my great team for sticking behind me, and thank you to all the fans for coming out tonight, supporting Langley Speedway, and hope we'll put on a good show for you later.
Well, we have the folks from Heritage Motor Company. They've got a winning trophy for you right here. Step right up to victory lane. We'll get those shots for you. Ladies, come on up here. Heritage Motor Company, night at the races. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, C.E. Falk, right there.
C.E. Falk and Greg Edwards have battled it out all season long at Langley Speedway, back and forth. Wesley Falk, Danny Edwards, Casey Wyatt, Mark Wirtz, Shane Lockhart, Gary Weeks, Dwayne Shreves, Kevin Cunningham, JT Jackson, Bruce Livingston, Jeremy Graw, Jeff Shiflett, Sean Beluzzo, Terry Carroll, Robbie Babb, and Todd Van Gilder. Both Robbie Babb and Todd Van Gilder driving the backup rides. Backup 97.3, the Eagle ride, and the backup Dunkin' Donuts 55. Right, they've warned the drivers on the starts of the race where they need to get underway. Pace truck is in. The green flag in the breeze for the second Twin 50 at Langley Speedway. Heritage Motor Company night. Side by side, the two that have been battling all year long. Up front, Greg Edwards on the outside of C.E. Falk. He gets a good bite down the back straightaway. Now side by side, pulls a little bit ahead of C.E. Falk and takes the lead. The 97.3, the Eagle car, in front of C.E. Falk. Then it's Wesley Falk, Danny Edwards, Casey Wyatt being challenged by Mark Wirtz for the 5th position. This is what it's all about. The NASCAR Whelen All-American Series at Langley Speedway. The 97.3, the Eagle car, just ahead of the Hampton Roads Toyota number 40 of C.E. Falk. Then Wesley Falk in the 41. Danny Edwards, Casey Wyatt. And, of course, the 55, Mark Wirtz, trying to move up on Casey. Mark Wirtz got a little wiggly there that time between the bottom of 1 and 2. JT Jackson, his car not up to speed. He takes it in. Also the backup 55, Todd Van Gilder. Terry Carroll trying to move up on the inside of the 61 of Kevin Cunningham. A little bit further back in the field. Meanwhile, Danny Edwards all over the back end of the 41 of Wesley Falk. And the 95, Shane Lockhart challenging Mark Wirtz. Greg Edwards has pulled away from C.E. Falk. About 7 car lengths now. Make it 5 as C.E. closes in the turns a little bit. And here goes the 0-1, Jeff Shiflett making a move on Dwayne Shreves. He takes it away. Jeff Shiflett up to 9th. It's a steady pace, 5 car lengths between Greg Edwards and C.E. Falk. Then it's about 10 car lengths back to Wesley Falk. Danny Edwards, Casey Wyatt staying ahead of Mark Wirtz. Mark trying to come back again. He was challenging with Casey a little bit earlier, but ran over one of the bumps between turns 1 and 2. And it upset the race car. Now he's challenging again for Casey Wyatt in the Joe's Auto Parts 29. Greg Edwards came into tonight's race leading the points over Casey Wyatt, Mark Wirtz, Wesley Falk, Shane Lockhart, Danny Edwards, Jeff Shiflett, Dwayne Shreve, JT Jackson, and Terry Carroll. And he's out front where he wants to be, looking for his first win of 2012. Right here, the 95 looking on the 55, Shane Lockhart challenging Mark Wirtz. Casey Wyatt able to pull away from Wirtz. Casey's in 5th. That's where he finished the first race, and where he's finished both of the season is in 5th. Jeff Shiflett challenging the 20 of Gary Weeks for a position. Shane Lockhart to the inside of Mark Wirtz. Shane gets by. Mark Wirtz takes that position away. Jeff Shiflett still challenging with a 20 of Gary Weeks. He bottomed out a little bit as he went to the entrance of turn 1. Greg Edwards trying to work the lap traffic, trying to decide which way to go by the 83 of Jeremy Grog. Now goes to the outside and makes the move around the lap machine of Jeremy Grog. C.E. Falk able to get by as well. Looks like the motor's starting to go on the 83. Doesn't sound good at all on Jeremy Grog's machine. 95 Shane Lockhart challenging the 29 of Casey Wyatt for the 5th position. Move over flag being shown to the 83 as Wesley Falk is by the outside. Casey's got his hands full as Shane Lockhart looks to the inside, but the lap car is just ahead. That's going to slow up the progress a little bit. No, it doesn't. They make it 3 wide. Casey on the outside, but that's what he's known for. 3 wide as Shane Lockhart makes the pass. 15 laps into the race. Danny Edwards, he's got a mirror full now of Shane Lockhart's 95. Shane definitely running faster than he did the first race as he's challenging for fourth for Danny Edwards. Leader of this race, the 97.3, the Eagle car, Greg Edwards, leads the points for 2012. Greg with Danny's Glass, CBX Modular Homes, Browers Mechanical, Crossroads Fuel, NC Realty, RaceWrap.com on the Chevrolet Impala, on the 97.3, the Eagle car, the 95, the Williamsburg Honda Hyundai coming up to life as Shane Lockhart makes the pass on the Danny's Glass 26. Joe's Auto Parts sponsoring the 29 of Casey White. He's challenging Danny now for that position. That is for fifth. Well, as fast as Greg was the first race after he came back from the rear of the field, I'm not surprised at all that he's up there at least 10 to 12 car lengths ahead of C.E. Falk. First, back to second. No caution flags as of yet. Shane Lockhart now challenging for the 41 for the third spot. So Shane's got a very fast car in the second race. Side-by-side battle, door-to-door between the 41 and the 95. Wesley Falk not as fast as he was the first race, but Shane has definitely picked it up. Challenging for that spot. He takes it away down the back straightaway, but not so fast, says Wesley. He's going to challenge on the outside now, falls back in line and follows the tire tracks of Shane Lockhart. Wesley back to fourth. Greg Edwards closing in on the sixth of Sean Beluzzo. And Sean in 12th. Top 10, Greg Edwards, C.E. Falk, Shane Lockhart, Wesley Falk, and Danny Edwards in the top 5. Then Casey White, Mark Wirtz, Jeff Shiflett, Gary Weeks, and Terry Carroll. Then Dwayne Shreve, Sean Beluzzo, Kevin Cunningham, Bruce Livingston, Jeremy Grog at 83. And look at this, as you have Shane Lockhart go by, Wesley Falk, Danny Edwards, Casey White, and the 55 for Mark Wirtz closing in on Casey's back bumper. Cross flags going up. Greg Edwards closing in on some guys racing side by side, hoping it doesn't slow up his progress too much. He's on the back end of the 38 of Dwayne Shreves, halfway through the race. It's by the outside of Dwayne. And now there are 11 cars on the lead lap. Sean Beluzzo the next to go a lap down if Greg Edwards is able to get by. Mark Wirtz still challenges. Mark challenging Casey White in the 29. Mark Wirtz again with a great battle between himself and Casey White. Dives on the inside down the front straightaway. He's got Danny just ahead of Casey, trying to nudge his way underneath the 29 of Casey. That is a battle for the sixth position. Casey trying to hang on to it, and the Dunkin' Donuts ride of Mark Wirtz taking it away. They jump into the picture as we're between turns 1 and 2. And right there, a bottom scraping of the 61 on the racetrack. And that is Kevin Cunningham. 77 goes by Bruce Livingston. Jeff Shiflett up there in the 8th position. And Gary Weeks in 9th. Terry Carroll would be the next driver to go a lap down if Greg Edwards is able to get by. Terry Carroll in 10th in the 90. Greg Edwards looking for his first official victory of the 2012 season. He's got 2 wins, but that was at the hands of a DQ for C.E. Falk. He wanted to win it fair and square by coming out on the racetrack and beating C.E. Falk for the victory. C.E. looks like his car is a little bit off the pace, and maybe the engine is letting go on C.E. Falk's ride. He's falling back. C.E. is off the pace on the back straightaway. C.E. Falk with a problem on the 40 machine. He's going to take it in the pits. And he is not happy. Pulled his car in there quick. He felt like something was letting go on the first race that he had. And he was correct. That car is done after 32 laps. He's in the pits. Well, here's a great race between the 0-1 of Jeff Shiflett and the 20 of Gary Weeks. They fight for the 7th position. Greg Edwards leads, Shane Lockhart, Wesley Falk, Danny Edwards, and Casey Wyatt in the top 5. Then Mark Wirtz, Jeff Shiflett, Gary Weeks, Terry Carroll, and Sean Beluzzo all in the top 10. Dwayne Shreves, Bruce Livingston, Kevin Cunningham, and Jeremy Glogg and C.E. Falk out of this event all the way back to 15th. He's in the pits and disgusted as he looks at his automobile in the pits. Something definitely broke with the engine. You could hear it let go on the front straightaway. And then he just started slowing up and had to pull it in the pits. Well, Danny Edwards trying to hang on to his position. That is 4th. Casey closing in. Casey's been Mr. Consistency this year. Came into tonight's event. 2nd in the points in the Joe's Auto Parts 29. Leader of this race, the 97.3, the Eagle car, Greg Edwards. Greg from Poquoson, 40 years old, with 2 track championships here at Langley Speedway. 2nd in the points last year with 3 wins. Also the champion in 2006 and 1998. Up there closing in on the 61 of Kevin Cunningham, who's a couple of laps down. Makes the pass. That is a nice looking paint scheme too on that 97.3, the Eagle car. We'd love to have it in Dale Emmons victory lane, and he is only 10 laps away from making that happen. Well, Greg Edwards is going to run into some lap traffic before this race is over. Shane Lockhart may have a chance to close in a little bit. As you see on the back straightaway, the 77, the 01, the 20, and the 83 battling it out just ahead of Greg. Also the 90 of Terry Carroll just ahead of Greg Edwards. 77, 01, and 20 we talked about. Eight laps to go for Greg. Jeff Shiflett makes the move by the 77, makes it past Bruce Livingston. Casey Wyatt challenging on Danny Edwards, looking on the inside down the front straightaways. They battle. That is for 4th position. Now at the exit of turn number 2, Casey gets the nose of his car underneath Danny, trying to make the move for the 4th position. Greg Edwards closing in on Terry Carroll while this happens. And Casey Wyatt makes the move, makes the pass on Danny Edwards. He's got 4th. Greg Edwards tiptoeing around the 90 of Terry Carroll. You know he's got some sheet metal damage. Doesn't want to get his tire cut. Stays very high around the 90. Now Shane Lockhart, the 95 in 2nd, and having a great run tonight in the Williamsburg Hyundai machine. Closing in on Greg, about 3 car lengths behind Greg Edwards. Here comes Shane Lockhart. 4 laps to go. Something is dragging on the racetrack just ahead of Greg's car with the 77 when he goes in the turns, and that is Bruce Livingston. He stays as low as he can on the racetrack. Meanwhile, Greg's got his hands full as the laps wind down. Here comes Shane Lockhart with 3 laps to go. Looking on the inside of Greg Edwards. Gets into him a little bit at the exit of 2. Down the back straightaway. Greg Edwards about a half a car length ahead on Shane Lockhart. It's getting down to the end of this one, and a nail biter. Who's it going to be? The 95 or 97. Side by side racing at Langley Speedway. It continues. Shane Lockhart makes the pass on the 95. Greg's not giving up on the outside as they race door to door between 3 and 4. Shane Lockhart makes the pass on Greg Edwards. White flag is out. Final laps. Can Greg catch back up to the 95? Here we go. Half a lap to go. Shane Lockhart has definitely worked for this one. The 95 machine. He's going to take the victory at Langley Speedway over Greg Edwards. Wow, what a race. Unbelievable. 50 laps. Shane Lockhart It's been a long time since he's been in victory lane at Langley Speedway. Greg comes up, gives him a thumbs up. Way to go, buddy. And Shane Lockhart from Chester, Virginia, the Williamsburg Honda Hyundai, gets the win at Langley Speedway in the second Twin 50. What a race. Well, Shane Lockhart definitely worked for that one to get past Greg Edwards. We understand the 04 in the trucks, the super trucks, did not clear tech in the super truck division. So we'll find out more about that. Of course, you can go to our Langley Speedway pages and check out the progress of that. That is Brad Adams, who did not pass inspection in the trucks. Well, what a race. Shane Lockhart, great job by the 95. Our last race of the nighttime. And I don't think anybody saw that coming, but he definitely works for this victory, as he will take his number 95 down to the Dale Lemons victory lane for the first time this year, and the first time in a long time at Langley Speedway.
Holy cow, look at that hot rod. He'll get unstrapped. Congratulations from crew members. A new winner in 2012. And let me tell you something, these guys work and work and work. And tonight, this car came out of nowhere. And holy cow, in victory lane, we find car number 95. And we'll talk to the winner in just a moment. He'll get that hat, ladies and gentlemen. 95 driver, Shane Lockhart. A new winner in 2012, and here comes Greg Edwards to congratulate the crew and the driver. Here's Mark Wirtz. They'll talk here for a moment. Greg Edwards and Shane Lockhart, man, what a great race.
See if you can get a word with both of them there, Chuck.
Yeah, Greg's moving along. He gave congrats. Man, what happened?
I'll tell you, we had a decent car in the first race there, and we was running third, and we got 3 wide there going in turn 3, and got up in the loose stuff, and fell back to 6th or 7th there, and drove back up there and passed a couple cars. So we had a decent car, and worked on a little bit, in the halfway, and the car it worked really good. We were really terrible last week, and went back home, went to work on it, and I just got to thank all the guys that work on this car day in, day out. Williamsburg Honda Hyundai for allowing us to do this, and RPM Engineering building us good motors, and it's been a long time coming, and our home track back in Richmond, we won a lot of races. This is the first time we've been in victory lane here.
How about that? New winner, first time winner, Shane Lockhart. And Shane, I got to congratulate you. Like you say, it was just a flip of the switch for this weekend. And this crew, I don't know if I told you, you're the first team here every Saturday, and you're the last one to visit victory lane tonight. That's got to make you feel good on behalf of this crew and all your sponsors.
I do. Most of them been with me for a long time. Some of them been here 20, 25 years. We're the old car dog here. So, it feels good to get back in victory lane, and we're just glad to be at Langley.
Lap 47 looked like you were thinking, man, I think we got some for that 97 car, because he had a lead on you, but you were able to bring it, pass it, and put it in victory lane.
Yeah, it was. They were giving me his lap times and our lap times, and I said, well, he's just riding. But he just come up here and told me he had a tire going down, and, we hate to win them like that, but we've lost them that way as well. So, all these competitors here, C, Wesley, Mark Wirtz, Casey, and Greg, Danny, all of them are good, fine people, and, we've raced with them a long time, so it's good.
I tell you what, we got all of our friends from Heritage Motor Company. Let's give it up to your most recent winner, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the 95, Shane Lockhart. Dale Lemons victory lane. We'll do it again next Saturday night.